What are you waiting?
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will be talking about Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 7, entitled Forever and Always. And like always, if you are new here and you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, turn on the alerts, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video. I might have said two of those things out of order, but you get it. And if you are a subscriber here, thank you as always for supporting this channel. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this episode. But just a brief spoiler warning. Spoilers because yeah, it's a lot to unpack with this episode, especially an episode without Superman in the suit. This episode was great. This is how you do a kind of, I guess you can say, a budget saver episode. It wasn't a lot to use special effects on this week, and this episode was still great. So let's just start with the big elephant in the room because I know everybody must be, there's the train. Everybody must be in the comment section saying, "Oh, Lance, you thought it was Darlene's son, yada yada yada. You thought he was related to John Irons." I was wrong. I was right about part of my theory last week. I was right about that part of the theory about automatopoeia, just based off of keen observation. But what I did not expect was for Matteo to be the son of Pia and Bruno Mannheim. That caught me completely off guard. Completely off guard. Now, what I thought was it was going to be, maybe Bruno and Darlene. Possibly. And then when Mateo was talking and he was talking about some, you got to meet my mom. She's a force, all that stuff. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, on John Henry Irons' Earth, Mateo was not born. There was no Mateo. Maybe he just wouldn't recognize him like that. But no, we get to the end of the episode and it's just like bang, it just hits you in the face right there. Now, is he a meta? Does he have powers and doesn't know it yet? I don't think of him as a threat. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm definitely looking forward to the fallout from this. I'm definitely looking forward to see when the parents meet. Oh, because that's gonna be so awkward in the best way possible. But we start out this episode. Lois is, in chemo. She's going into chemo, the fourth round of chemo. She's puking. Hair's falling out. She's feeling all the effects. The cancer stuff is really heavy this episode. The boys see it. The boys want to be more in the loop. The boys want to help. It's just some real crazy stuff going on, and they're trying to, protect the boys, keep them from seeing that. But I get where Jonathan is coming from. He said some real, well, not disrespectful type thing. Well, it wasn't disrespectful to me. He was just speaking his mind because he is powerless in this whole situation. He and Lois, I should say, are the only ones in the family that aren't Kryptonian. Well, I mean, he's technically part Kryptonian, but he doesn't see himself as that because, well, he does not have powers. But the line he said towards the end of the episode, the that hit me. I sat there, I was like, wow, that was deep. He said, because hope didn't stop your dad from having a heart attack. It didn't stop your mom from having a stroke. And last time that I checked, hope doesn't cure cancer. And then he walked off. Jonathan Kent, everybody. Serving up W's and treating people's lives left and right. And honestly, he has every right to be upset. They went and they went snooping as teenage boys would do. They went snooping and they found the end of life papers and they found the will. They found all of that stuff. They found all that stuff and they're being kept in the dark. They went as far as to go to the fortress to ask Holograndma if there was anything there that could help. Now we find out from Clark, if they did do that for Lois, they will have to do it for the rest of the world because it's certain lines that are blurred and it wouldn't be right to just use it for Lois. I get that. I see that Jonathan and Jordan eventually do get that. I completely understand that. But their whole dynamic this episode was great. Just seeing them more involved in this cancer story and just being concerned kids for their mom. That's what I love about the show. That's what the family dynamic, the family aspect is something that this show does extremely well. Now we can jump to another family. The whole thing with Chrissy and Kyle, who was not in this episode at all. Whole thing with Chrissy, Kyle, and Lana and Sarah. Yes, the first interaction between Chrissy and Lana was awkward. She was getting breakfast for her and her man, in front of Lana. But Chrissy was saying, like, she was just telling her side of it, making sure that her and Lana were still cool. But then you get salty Sarah. But I am glad that her and Sarah did reconcile. Chrissy said her piece. She told her like it was, respectfully, as the girlfriend to her dad, respectfully. And Sarah, she came around faster than she did with the whole thing with the divorce, and that was good to see. Also, Chrissy is a stoner. That's interesting. Now, if you notice, I'm trying to get past all the side plots. Now we have the whole thing with John and Mateo, and John being the overprotective dad. Oh boy, once he finds out that he was being overprotected for the right reason, he is going to flip. It's just crazy because John, this is new territory for John. Nat's never had a boyfriend. This is her first boyfriend. She's jumping head over heels for this guy. Um, I didn't expect to see to I didn't expect to see her being that comfortable with like, kissing him, and this was her first guy she ever kissed. But like she's head over heels for this guy. He seems charming, he seems nice. I don't know if he has ulterior motives. I don't know if he's secretly evil like his parents. Nobody knows. Now, I'm hoping he's not. I'm hoping he's in the dark on this, but John had every right to be upset. This is new territory. This is his only daughter. This is the only, biological family besides Darlene on this earth. So he has every right as a father, just to be slightly, no, well, not slightly overprotective, but to be overprotective. I completely get it. It led to some funny scenes, and I'm glad that Lana was there to help him along the way. We also see that when they do catch up to them in the town square at the movie theater, that she sees Chrissy and Sarah there, and she kind of walks off because it's kind of awkward too. I get it. But again, her and Sarah, they talk it out. I'm glad they're not letting them just go at each other's throats like they did last season. That was so annoying. The writing for Sarah was so bad with that. She was kind of annoying in this episode, but they worked it out towards the end, so my mind changed a little bit on that. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes of this episode was the backstory between Bruno and Pia, the flashbacks that we got. We see Bruno, going to the house that he lives in that he bought before he fixed it up in Metropolis. We see that Pia and Bruno both work for Moxie, who I believe in the comics, in some iterations, Moxie is Bruno's father. So, that's something different that they did. But we see there's highs to Lex, and Bruno has a plan basically to he wants Moxie to undermine a deal that Lex is doing, something along the lines of that. That way they can get in on that deal and they can have a leg up on Lex Luthor. Moxie, of course, rightfully so, does not want to cross Lex Luthor like that. He doesn't want that type of heat, does not want that type of drama. But not Mateo. Jesus, I'm getting him mixed up with his daddy. Bruno, of course, isn't taking that line down, so he keeps pushing. And we see that he and Pia have been friends since they were kids. He is deeply in love with Pia, but she does not want to leave Moxie's side. She's apprehensive about that. But as the flashbacks continue, she does come along. She kills Moxie, which reveals that she has been a meta the entire time. So, General Lane, your information was kind of off. It could be more metas in hiding, and you don't know nothing about that. Or, as you put it, more powered people in hiding, and you know nothing about it. So, I thought that was a nice little touch. So, the XK Superman blood concoction is not what gave her powers. She already had powers. So, that's good to know. And that's why I'm asking, does Mateo have powers? That's something to think about. That's something that they may reveal. Now, like I said, we see Pia does kill Moxie, just for Bruno because she loves Bruno. She wants to go with Bruno. They get married, and Clark is digging and digging in that interview. I loved every scene between Tyler Hoechlin and Chad Coleman in that interview. It was crazy. It shows how professional and great of a reporter, if I could say it like that Clark is. And we should have seen this since season 1, but they had him get fired in season 1. So I'm whatever. But Clark is a great reporter, a great investigative journalist. Tyler killed that scene. He got to the bottom of it. Basically just called him out like, you're doing this for somebody you love. And then boom, we see Lois and Pia. Pia's getting apprehensive, with asking about photos of the family, and Lois is pushing and pushing and pushing, yada, yada, yada. But then we see Lois goes, they reconcile, but Lois is trying to invite her over for dinner, and Pia's like, no, I don't think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, that whole little spiel that gets awkward again. And then she says this was a bad idea. We were not supposed to become friends because, and then that's when Bruno walks in with Clark, and Lois is shocked. She is shocked. rightfully so, that Bruno would keep this hidden. Honestly, I was too, because how can you keep a marriage like this hidden for so long and you're always in the public eye? Like, Lois is an investigative reporter. She should have been able to find this out, but Bruno was one step ahead with this whole marriage thing, because they're still keeping the most important thing secret, the son. Just wait till they find out. I'm still stuck on that. Wait till they find out about that. Pia completes her cancer treatment. Screw cancer. I know what they really wanted to say, but they can't say it because it's a CW show. I mean, they could have bleeped that out, but hey, you get it. She rings the bell. Everybody's out there smiling. It's a good time. Then we get the big bombshell at the end of the episode. They're back at Bruno and Pia's house, and then their son walks in, and it's Mateo. He's happy. He's happy. He says that Nat is the one. They should invite her to the Aces or whatever the name of the club was. And that's when we end the episode. Guys, this episode was a 9.5 out of 10. This episode did great without Superman actually in it. Twists, turns, different plot points. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think and what you would score this episode. Like I said, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that alert bell, and never miss another one of my videos. I will catch you in my Flash video later on this week and in my Titans video. And I will see everybody Monday for Party Nation Live. All right, I'll check you later, guys.